Alright. Okay. We got new merch. Do some research tags on new merch. That's okay. Okay. Still reading Oils by Melanie Cambridge. 30-minute paint testing challenge. This is going to be a painting discourse talking about painting while on holiday. Painting on holiday. Paintings and quick studies produced whilst on holiday hold special memories much more effectively than photographs. Sitting down to paint for 30 minutes enables you to take in the atmosphere of the place. This is why I love her. She just be painting all the time. Enables you to take in the atmosphere of the place, enjoy the challenge of new subjects, and notice the colors and different quality of the light. By all means, take photographs as well, if you wish, as these can provide valuable reference for when you get home. But wherever possible, try to sketch or paint on holiday, as this is by far the best way to preserve those special memories. So again, everything she's showing was done within 30 minutes or less. And this is pretty dope. This is pretty dope. So this one was Nerja Beach, Spain. She used her post-shade box to paint this whilst on the balcony de Europe, where I was able to look down to the beach below. This gave an interesting alternative viewpoint. Yeah, that is pretty dope. That is pretty dope. That is pretty dope. Practical considerations. A little forward planning before you leave home for a painting break. Okay. Practical considerations. A little forward planning before you leave home for a painting break, holiday abroad, or even just a day trip can help to make it a most rewarding and enjoyable experience. Most important, of course, are the materials you take with you. When you are working outdoors, a painting surface tinted with raw sienna or a soft gray tone makes it easier to judge both lights and darks straight away. Pre-tint enough canvases or boards for the whole trip with thin washes of color a few days in advance so that they'll be fully dry when you travel. Last thing before you go, double check that you have everything you need for the entire trip. Nothing is more frustrating than arriving in a new country to discover that you got left your favorite brush at home. Okay. So basically, if you have a post-shade box, that you carry your stuff in, she's basically saying, take enough canvases or boards and either pre-tint them yourself or make sure they're already pre-tinted with raw sienna or gray tone. And then, but you want to do that maybe a couple days before so it's completely dry. And then you don't have to worry about that before you go out. And then make sure you got your best brushes, your favorite brush, and your best brushes and colors and all that. So that's boards. Essential materials. Unless you will have close access to a car, aim to pack only the absolute essentials. A post-shade box is ideal for quick studies on location. I carry mine in a small rucksack along with other items in my outdoor kit. I use alkyd oil paints when I'm traveling because they are non-flammable and dry overnight, making it easy to take paintings home at the end of the holiday. Also take with me a small bottle of liquid medium and a tub of soap brush cleaner. For times when carrying a rucksack is not possible, make sure that you have a pocket-sized sketchbook and pencil or pen with you all the time so that you can make quick drawings whenever you have a few spare moments. For example, when waiting for a ferry or enjoying a coffee in the town square. So again, everything was done within 30 minutes or less. Nidri Sunrise. Greece. She'd be in Greece, man. She'd be all over Europe. She took a short walk near their hotel before breakfast one morning to watch the sunrise. Sitting on the jetty, there was just time to paint these lovely purple and gold shadows before the sun rose and flooded the scene with light. It's pretty distant. So that was in Greece. That was a sunrise in Greece. This next one is a Spanish coast. This clip-top view made an interesting sujeto. Sujeto is subject in Italian. Sujeto. Gotta practice that. This clip-top view made an interesting sujeto. The figures add a sense of scale, whilst the road down to the beach helps to guide the viewer's eye into the center of the painting. So when she had talked about either L-shaped objects or S-shaped objects, like within the picture. So this one adds an S-shaped curl, if you want to consider that, the S-shaped curl, or an L-shape is what buildings or things make a, with the, or I think she also mentioned, a diagonal. I can reference that real quick. The types of compositions: painting indoors, landscapes, choosing a subject. Looks like S, L, or I'm trying to remember what she calls this one. The diagonal split. So she says that this is an S, this is an L, like the tree or a building, something being perpendicular to the ground, forming that L shape. So this is an L shaped, this is an S shaped, and then a cliff, a diagonal split. So she says L shape, vertical feature forms a right angle with the horizontal elements. S pattern, a lane or river used to lead the eye of the viewer into the painting up towards the main point of interest, and a diagonal split. All right, next one, painting in busy places. Town squares, cafes, and busy harbors all make fascinating subjects, but can be daunting places to paint. To avoid interruptions from curious onlookers, seek out a spot where you can sit or stand with your back against a wall, or a quiet corner away from passersby. Even in such busy locations, people tend to ignore you, especially if you are sitting down. As they walk, past looking straight ahead. If you still seem to attract too much interest, however, simply saying, "Excuse me, but I need to concentrate on this a bit," usually discourages any further questions. So she took a photograph of a busy street while on holiday in Capri. And then she painted it, and so she wants you to focus on, you can see the photograph, but then when you look at the painting, the details have been simplified and just a few loosely painted figures added to provide life and movement. So here's the actual photograph in Capri, and then that's how she ended up painting it. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is gonna be the last one. Last page for today. Sightseeing. Sightseeing trips can provide great opportunities to paint, but popular venues do tend to attract large crowds. When you first arrive, spend a little time people watching before you start painting. This will help you to see where groups congregate before heading off around the sites, giving you time then for a quick study before the next group arrives. Figures in local costume, a local, no, figures in local costume, a colorful market or town square often capture the essence of a foreign location better than well-known sites. Okay, figures in local costume. I think she's just saying like people dressed in like if you in Spain or if you're in France, like they dress how people dress in that way. So figures in local costume, a colorful market or town square often capture the essence of a foreign location better than the well-known sites. So look around to see what catches your eye, rather than always painting the famous view that everyone has come to see. Look for a spot in the shade to avoid getting sunburned. That's for white people. Look for a spot in the shade to avoid getting sunburned while you work. If it is really hot, remember to wear a hat. And if the light is very bright, sunglasses as well. If it is really hot, wear a hat. And if the light is very bright, sunglasses as well. You should have no problem painting while wearing sunglasses. Provided you keep them on all the time while you mix and apply your colors. This will enable you to judge color and tone under the same conditions. All right, so we're at a couple pages over here. We made a couple pages here. We gotta pick back up. Picking back up on page 86. I'm gonna pick back up on page 86 the next time I go to